No, of course not. I wouldn't involve you in any kind of trouble. The gang's leaders know I'm planning to take a contract job off-world. Hey, don't do that. I really hope so. I hope this goes okay. Not just any captain would have been willing to take a chance on a scrappy gang member from Ebside. Trust me, I asked plenty of others before I found you. I'm not gonna make it. They're back! We aren't safe here. Let's get moving. That's what I get for trying to be nice, huh? I'm trying to be reasonable here. No way you'll be able to carry that much stuff for long. Are we really doing this? The weapons are broken! Med pack. Happy to do it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. They got me! Glad we stuck together back there. I learned from a Freestar Navy vet named Talon. He lived on the streets near my parents' place in Ebside. My mom gave him food when we had it to spare. What you did for me is really special. I hope you know I'll never forget it. I guess we didn't have a choice. No, that's not any more true than it was a minute ago. Sure, I'm ready to work. I'll accept your standard going rate, not a credit less. Not everybody likes associating with gangs. Their weapons offline! Okay, right behind you. Thanks. Glad you had my back. You know what? That does make sense. Their weapons down! No way. I know I don't look like it, but I'm one of the best brawlers in Neon. The disciples were looking for a new heavy, and I fit the bill. Look out! You don't know what you're talking about. I can't wait to get back out there. Standing here makes my life in Neon feel really far away. Found them! Give me your best shot! Their weapon's been repaired! You're an inspiration to the rest of us, Captain. You've got nothing on me! Get away from there! This would make a great place for a homestead. Stop. I don't want to hear it. Watch it! They caught up with us! Throw a grenade! I've got my orders, but maybe we can work something out. Nothing to worry about. Your stuff's safe with me. When I was forced to join the Disciples, I felt the meanness starting to get to me too. That's what convinced me it was time to go. I see what you're saying, don't worry. Huh. That makes a lot of sense, now that I think about it. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I really need some help. I'll do my best to help out however I can. I've got it. I was just wondering where you'd gone. Their weapons misfiring! Got one! I've been looking forward to this. I'm throwing a grenade! I hope there's a way to work this out. The architecture here is even more gorgeous than I imagined. Can I take something off your hands? Never seen anything like that in Neon. I'm not trying to be a hard ass. I just can't go any lower. I've decided I'd like to join the list. I picked up a pamphlet about it on our last stop, and it sounds great. I'd much rather make my way as a homesteader than live in a city. Where'd they go? I'm still not used to the idea of fighting in space. We shouldn't go in there guns blazing. That's asking for trouble. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Finished one off! See you later. The Disciples might have agreed to let us pay off the debt in some other way if I didn't have something to offer them. You might be right. Wow. The things you see in space. That's not dangerous, is it? We can take them. Yeah, we were. It's a rough place to grow up. I don't think they're here to chat. Our weapons are prepped to fire! Not if I go broke. The shield just dropped! They hit one of our weapons! You're asking for trouble. You must get to go there all the time, huh? That's almost enough to convince me to become a UC citizen. The best crew doesn't come cheap. They're getting ready to fire their weapon! That should be the last of them. Enough already. We don't have anything to worry about. The shield just powered down! I sure am jealous of all the traveling you've been doing. I don't think we should go on without our suits. Gee, I bet the tourism industry in Sidonia is booming. We found them! Being back in Neon makes me feel so helpless. I read a review of the Broken Spears menu once. The critics seemed pretty impressed. I'm still willing to talk. Coming! That one's history! Ready to head out. Just say the word and I'll head out. Yeah, I have. Between my parents and I, we finally saved up enough to pay the Disciples back every credit we owed them. That means I'm officially out. Thanks so much for understanding. Things won't be like this forever. only until I've made enough to pay them off. Have a good one. At least I got to see the stars before I... Let's make this a quick stop. I don't like the atmosphere in Sidonia. It doesn't look like they're backing down. I hope our next stop is a little more lively than this one. That's all just talk. Doesn't change anything. Whatever you need. So long, Captain. No way anything's alive around here. That was a good, clean fight. The crew's safe. That's what really matters. Our weapon's not looking good! I don't know if I could settle here. It's too hot and dusty for me. How'd they pull that off? As soon as you gave me a way out of Neon, you bought yourself my loyalty for life. This job might be the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, I've heard of you. I do like working with the best. Maybe we can work something out. I can handle that. Are you sure? Careful! Their weapon's been repaired! Call me crazy, but I don't think we need all this stuff. Honestly, Sidonia doesn't look a thing like how I pictured it. That's fine. I have some journaling to catch up on. The weapons are back up! You'll be sorry! Paying it off is my ticket out of the Disciples. We should steer clear of the gang's territory as much as we can. I'm trying to figure out how to help you. Watch your back, Captain! The weapons have been repaired! I can hold on to a few more things. Something's giving me the creeps. No, I guess it was nothing. That's true. There's more to a job than just money. There must be something I can do to help you out, right? I know how much I'm worth. Too bad you don't. I think it's sweet that you like getting to know your crew. What's on your mind, Captain? Get us to the other side safely, Captain. Nice words, but they don't change anything. Nuh-uh. Bad idea. It's kinda sad to see the soul system in such bad shape. It was. There's lots of crime in Ebside. I've been in more than one situation where knowing how to throw a good punch probably saved my life. I couldn't have picked a better teacher. Thugs in Neon talk a big game, but I don't know many with the combat skills to stand up to a Navy vet. That one's mine! Nobody wants that. In my experience, the right offer is always worth waiting for. That's better. Thanks for looking out for me. They're down! They took one of our weapons offline! If I'd gotten in too much deeper with the Disciples, I might have missed my chance. Sure, I can take a few things. Leaving seemed like the only way to keep the city from getting its hooks into me. I'm glad I got out when I did. I'm dying to do some exploring. I'm ready to fight if we have to. They're not coming after us. They only took a loan from the Disciples. They never did any business with them. We can let our guard down. This area is empty. I've heard that the most brilliant thinkers in the galaxy work there. I bet it's true. It must take a lot to keep a city like New Atlantis running smoothly. I used to dream of a future like this when I was stuck in Ebside. It feels surreal that we're having this conversation. Thank you again for helping me get out. You have to be scrappy to make it on Aquila. I think I'd fit right in. My parents barely make a living at Xenofresh. They'd never get out of debt without my help. But I made it clear to the Disciples that I wanted out as soon as the debt was paid. I like the sound of that. This is getting a little awkward. He tried to get sober while he was teaching me, but I don't think he ever fully kicked the habit. Aurora's no joke. Personally, I'll never touch it. He was pretty pissed. Talon hates gangs. He didn't speak to me for weeks after he saw me patrolling the streets with other Disciples. Thanks for the advice, Captain. You're sweet to worry. I don't plan on setting out on my own anytime soon. I think this job still has plenty to teach me. That was awesome! If you don't like it, find someone else to deal with. Smells like dust and good home-cooked food. Must be Aquila City. Sorry, I've got orders, you know. I was just starting to think you'd forgotten about me. Damn shield's offline! There they are! Okay, as long as you aren't trying to screw me. Do I have something you're looking for? Sure, lay it on me. Hey, leave them out of it! I get that. I won't ask you to make any changes to your business just for me, and I'll still go there with you if I have to. Not sure that's the best way to get me on your side. What? No, that's not true. That'd be nice. It does. I didn't realize how heavily the fear of being dragged back to Neon was weighing on me until it was gone. I think I'll sleep a lot better now. I haven't agreed to anything yet. This isn't my idea of small talk. I don't think we can avoid this fight.
It looks like their weapon's working!
Yeah, I hope so. They're not coming back anytime soon. Sounds like a plan. I've read a lot about Aquila City. Solomon Coe's always been a hero of mine. I'm fascinated with his legacy. Have a few more things for my bag? I'd rather make myself useful than hang out here all day. I bet you have some great travel stories to share.
Get down! Weapons are back online!
This isn't the most lively place, but I'm still glad to be here. Let's not close the door on this just yet.
Stop! You're hurting them!
They'd actually been trying to recruit me for a while before I agreed to join up. I've been on their radar since I knocked out one of their members on the street. That's a good one. Well, now you're just being rude. I don't see how. You know how it is. I'm the one you've got to deal with, like it or not.
How did you do that?
We lost them.
Tell me the weapons didn't just go down.
And if you do manage to wrestle your way up the ladder, there's always someone above you trying to kick you back down.
Did the shields just drop? Something's wrong with our weapons!
Well, I'm not doing that. That seems like a bad idea. Damn, I was so close.
The shield's not working!
I heard you the first time and didn't care then either, 'cause I can't stand it there. It has a way of sucking the life out of people and turning them mean. I didn't want that to happen to me, too.
You took their weapons offline!
Too bad. Close-range fights are my specialty. If anything goes wrong in there, you can count on me. No, that's okay. I think I got it. It's pretty cool to visit the city where the Free Star Collective was founded. I'm ready for some of that famous Aquila City hospitality. I don't think we need all this gear.
Nice shot! Their weapon's damaged!
Nobody would believe me if I told them about this. Nothing to worry about after all. Hold on, I never said that was my final offer.
You won't last a minute.
Got a second to chat? I'm in the market for a job that'll get me out of Neon. If you need some muscle on your crew, I might be your girl. Amazing! I thought places like this only existed in stories. Do you want this? This is what you call negotiating? Exploring places like this will never get old. I'm ready. Let's get back out there.
Come and get me!
No way I'm working for a pittance like that. I'd like to keep this civil.
They're looking for a fight.
Look at that. Mast puts the Neon Trade Tower to shame. The Ebside Strikers. They're a rival gang of the Disciples. I'm really glad they weren't the ones who asked me to join them. Those guys scare me.
Thanks, this is great.
Give me a sec. I was just catching my breath. You need something? I'm not complaining. This place makes Ebside look safe. I can make some room in my pack.
Nothing left of them but space dust.
I couldn't pass that offer up. My parents don't have a lot of income. They opened a shop in Ebside with the money the Disciples loaned them, but the Strikers burned it down. I'm glad that's behind us.
Grenade going out!
Catch you later. You think I'm a pushover? I would have loved to see Sidonia in its heyday.
Are you serious?
That's great. No hurry. See you later.
They're gone.
Nice words, but they don't change anything.
I should have known better than to mess with our crew.
I really doubt it.
We need to repair the shields!
Nice job. There's barely a scratch on the ship. Thanks. You're kind of pathetic, aren't you? I can't believe I'm actually in Aquila City. Okay, that's pretty good. Maybe you should put down a few things. For you, I'd consider a discount.
Hey, stop that!
We sort of became friends since he lived in our area. He started teaching me to fight, so I'd be able to defend myself if anyone gave me trouble in Ebside. I'd like to think so. Ooh, got something for me?
Damn!
I think so. I've never been on one before, but I'm a quick learner and I'm trained for combat. If you're the best, you should be willing to pay for the best.
The They just destroy our weapons!
I'd take any assignment over just standing around.
Hey! The weapons are back!
Not by a long shot. They strong-armed me into it. The gangs in Neon are just as good at taking advantage of people as the megacorps are. Was that all you had to say, or...
There they are!
You hear that? They say it's the cleanest city in the settled systems, with trees and fresh water everywhere. And they talk about mass, too, of course. Oh, okay. That was quick. If you happen to change your mind, I'll be here. This is for you. I can see myself retiring to New Atlantis someday.
Let one fly!
Growing up in New Atlantis must be great. I hear you. Neon stinks even worse than I remember. I guess they thought the disciples were using it for some kind of money laundering.
Those weapon repairs worked! Weapons are fixed!
Thanks. That's really kind of you, Captain. But you can't trust the disciples as far as you can throw them. That's another reason I decided to look for work outside of Neon. Don't worry. I've had worse. Bye, Captain.
Our shield's down!
I never thought I'd get the chance to see a place like this. I hope that's the last space battle we see for a while.
They're almost within range of the cannons.
See you on the other side. Scanner says we're not going anywhere without our spacesuits. No way. It's my ass if something goes wrong here. I'm on top of it. Everything's so quiet. It's like we stepped into a photo or something. I don't know about this. They might not want us on their ship. You know what? You're wasting my time. Honestly, that was terrible. I'll be right here.
We just got our weapons back!
Nice day, isn't it? Don't be a stranger.
Our weapons won't fire!
I didn't have much of a choice. My family owes them a lot of money, and they agreed to let us off the hook for some of it if I'd join the gang and work for them. It's kinda creepy how empty this place is. Ebbside, the rough part of town. My family shared a sleep crate with a few other people. It was cramped, but at least we had a roof over our heads. I really hope so. I get the feeling the locals aren't a big fan of outsiders. I get the feeling you're trying to stiff me. Let's get moving. I'm dying to see what's out there. Between you and me, I hope I might be able to convince them to join me someday. They've had as rough a time in Neon as I did. Leaving would be good for them. They might try to defend themselves. We should be ready for a fight, but you know how it works. Once the threats started coming, it was either follow orders or pay the price. You got it. You don't scare me. We'd better head back to the ship before things get any worse. Can I do anything else for you? The way I see it, you need what I'm offering more than I need what you're paying.
Our weapons need repairing!
That's no excuse for threatening people.
Bad decision!
This might be wishful thinking, but maybe we can talk things out. We shouldn't stay in this area any longer. My favorite thing about coming back to Neon is that I get to leave all over again. I don't think so. I could take a few things if you want. No way were they ever beating us.
You really don't want to do this! They came out of nowhere!
Thanks. That's a big relief. You wouldn't be the first person to turn me down when they found out. He got hooked on Aurora during the Colony War, so the Navy discharged him. It happens more than you'd think. You're starting to make a lot of sense. This looks like something out of a magazine. I'm not gonna last much longer.
I won't let you get away!
I don't think we should be breathing that air. I'm glad to hear that, Captain. That's what I really want. The less my future looks like living in Neon, the better. Right behind you. Guy shouldn't have tried to mug me. He might still have his front teeth, and I might not be in this situation. Where we headed? No, that's great, but you get what you pay for, you know? Right, let's go. Look, I'd like to help, but... What? Is that supposed to be funny or something? Are you sure you don't need any help? Honestly, I don't want to be anywhere near Neon when the last payment goes through. I'm sure the disciples would just find another way to get me to stay. My heart still skips a beat every time we take off. No, it's not that simple.
Need help here!
Let it go, there's no one out there. Maybe we should explore a different area. Of course you can. That's what you hired me to do. As long as you don't do anything crazy like shooting at civilians, we won't have a problem. I'd be up for some mining. I haven't had a good workout in a while. Let me help you out, Captain. Aw, is that for me? I really hope so.
They've managed to fix their weapon!
We won't find any organic resources here, that's for sure. I told him I'd keep a journal while I travel. So the next time we saw each other, I could show him all the amazing things I've seen. The break sounds pretty nice. This area's just gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to explore. You got it, Captain. Need a little help? They were pretty pissed when my dad gave them the last of the money. I don't think they were expecting us to ever pay it in full. They didn't want to lose me.
See you around.
Hey, wanna chat? Let's turn back. It's dangerous out here. Would you mind assigning me somewhere else? Anywhere's better than here.
Yeah!
No rush, though. I've waited 20 years to see the settled systems. I can wait a little longer. Talk to you later. New Atlantis will never stop taking my breath away.
Good shot! You broke their weapon! You damaged their weapon!
I think you may be right.
We have to find them!
How the hell's that possible? So would I. This town's pretty depressing. I get why a lot of the locals leave. Oh. Okay. Glad to hear it. Thanks. Don't get ahead of yourself. My family's deep in debt to the disciples. The gang agreed to shave off some of what we owe if I'd work for them as a heavy. I'm counting the minutes until our debt's square. Yeah, I have. They're supportive. My parents always hoped I'd get out of Neon. They might even be happier than I am about it. It will, if my family can pay them off. When I joined the disciples, I made sure they knew that I intended to leave as soon as my debt was squared away. You think I'm scared of you? Do you need a hand? This'll be great! I really missed space. It wasn't so bad. I couldn't stand what Neon was turning me into. The city has a way of sucking the life out of you and making you mean. I've seen it happen to lots of people. What am I waiting for? I think we're in the clear. Unless you're born into money, your best hope at making a living in Neon is slinging chasm bass or getting into some kind of crime.
Their weapon's not working!
And I found a whole pamphlet about the Sol system recently. Most of it was about Sidonia, but I read a little bit about New Homestead, too. Sounds great to me. You know what? You might be... Wait. No. What am I saying? I'm really sorry you have to get wrapped up in this at all. I know it's a messy situation. Almost makes me sorry I ever learned to fight at all. I know they're dangerous, but I'd love to see an Ashta up close. If you think that's what's best, I bet the view is incredible from the top of those skyscrapers. I used to fall asleep dreaming about walking on the moon like some old-timey astronaut from Earth. I've always wondered what it would feel like to be there.
Something's wrong with the shields!
I don't see how. Keep working at Xenofresh, probably. There aren't a lot of other options. But they'll get to keep more of their wages now. I can't believe I'm really standing here. We wouldn't survive out there without our suits. Stop trying to confuse me. Oh, I didn't know that was part of the job. I don't think anybody's nearby.
They had nothing on us.
Honestly, I'm not either. Fighting to protect yourself is one thing, but I think it's wrong to use violence unprovoked. I'm just doing my job, you know? I'm sure you're on the up and up. When you live that way long enough, you start losing hope. Some turn to Aurora for a substitute. Those who don't end up just drifting. It's horrible. I doubt more talk is going to change my mind. The travel guides make it seem incredible. It sounds like the exact opposite of Neon. All the travel guides say you can't beat genuine Aquila hospitality. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking before. I just love the feeling of leaving the atmosphere. Everything looks ready for takeoff.
Their weapon's busted!
They didn't stand a chance. So, before we finalize anything, I should probably tell you that I'm a member of the Disciples. If that changes your mind, I get it. I read that there's a mountain around here that looks like a face. Ooh, I wonder if we can find it. That's what I'm hoping.
They brought their weapons back online!
Enjoy your day. Fighting really isn't my go-to solution, though. Defending yourself is one thing, but I'm not okay with unprovoked violence. You up for some exploring in our suits? Thanks for bringing me here, Captain. It means a lot to me. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think we need our spacesuits. I'm not sure being back in Neon is good for me. I'm not trying to make your life difficult, you know? I'd love to get out into space with you again. I'd sure love to get back on the ship. Yeah.
I won't let you down, Captain! I'm tougher than I look!
Are we headed off-world? Glad to see you home safe, Captain. Let's make this quick. Being here too long makes my skin crawl. You think that means you can push me around? Not likely.
Bad news! They repaired their weapons!
Now that my family's debts are paid, there isn't anything stopping me from saving up for a ship and starting my life out here in the settled systems. I've lived here my whole life and still never been up to the Astro Lounge. I hope you're proud of how far you've made it. I don't know a lot of former street kids who have their own ships, let alone their own crews. Don't leave me too far behind, okay? Yeah, that'd be nice. I can't keep holding on. I hear the space lanes are getting more dangerous every day. It might be nice to have a tough chick around, right? Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to discuss my salary. Loyal service doesn't come free. Not when I have debts to pay off. Okay, fine, I'll take it. Something's better than nothing. He was happy for me. He knows I've always wanted to leave Neon. It was tough to say goodbye. I made him promise he'd be there when I came back to visit. I'm starting to think you're right. Okay, I'll stand watch here. Need me? Hey again.
What happened to the shields?
You have no idea what a relief that is. I was hoping for a captain who's interested in exploring the galaxy rather than picking fights. Seems like we lost their trail.
Is that really all you've got?
I'm glad I got that off my chest. Something's out there. Hey, what's up? You know what? I may be starting to like you. I had no idea something like that was possible. I'll help you out with that. New Atlantis really does look like something out of a storybook. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Don't get bent out of shape.
Enemy's got a weapon back online! We ruined one of their weapons!
I could learn a lot about piloting from watching you.
Our weapons just came online!
Ignoring hazard warnings seems like a quick way to get killed. Don't get too far ahead. I don't want to be here by myself. I'm going a little stir-crazy here, Captain. Let's catch up soon. Bet they regret messing with you, Captain. Ah, so you do have a backbone. You're wasting my time.
Nice work! That was the last of them!
Works for me. I'm ready to start whenever. What did you just do? And he told me not to feel guilty about leaving him behind in Neon. He said if he ever sees me lurking around Ebside again, he'll kick my ass himself.
You shouldn't treat people like that! Watch it! Their weapon's been fixed!
Maybe we can still work something out. Oh, if we have to.
I handled that one!
It still blows my mind that there are actual trees in New Atlantis.
Over here!
I bet a miner like you feels right at home among all these rocks. Sidonia's even deader than I thought it'd be. I swear there was something... It's fine, I get it. I'm not exactly made of money either. If your luck changes, let's talk about this again. I'll be here. It's not how I saw my life going. I'll just put it that way. But not having a way to pay would be worse for my family. That's something you have to see to believe. I even offered to double my salary if I'd leave your crew and join them. But I'd never take that deal. Now that my debt's paid, I'm done with Neon. Permanently. That doesn't surprise me. Bayou and the Megacorps make sure most people see Neon through Aurora-tinted glasses. Man, am I glad to hear that. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. We really shouldn't go any further without our suits. No need to tire yourself out. I can help. You're right. I'm sure the Xenofresh execs aren't complaining. You do that. They don't where I'm from either. My beliefs weren't popular with the disciples. When I first joined, I was always getting in trouble for refusing to fight. Oh, I hope we see some creatures. Something seems off about this area.
That one's taken care of!
Sure thing. Need some help?
Captain, look out!
There's nothing to talk about. I've already made myself clear. Sounds like a plan to me. I don't get it. I think it might be a good idea to put on our suits. If you need me, you know where to find me.
Shouldn't have underestimated me!
Are you going to finish that thought? You may think so, but I don't. I wouldn't throw that away for 10 times the credits the disciples were offering. I had a storybook that took place there. My mom read it to me before bed every night when I was a kid. One of Neon's biggest gangs. We mostly operate in Ebside, like the Strikers. I try to be. This feels like a bad idea. They might be really tough.
They're right here!
I'm happy to help. We shouldn't underestimate them. They might be as tough as we are. I'm all right now. I think
This won't take long.
there's no need for any of that. I'm sure we can work something out. Just think it over for a bit. If you change your mind, I'd be happy to renegotiate. This area seems dangerous. I don't want to stick around to find out if I'm right. Leave it to me.
I've seen you fly. I know you can do this.
I understand. Thanks anyway.
That was pretty cool.
Sorry, that's really heavy. Did you have any other questions? Not everybody in Neon can say the same. There's a lot of homelessness in Ebside. That's the kind of stuff I was happy to leave behind.
Leave us alone!
Just maybe try to stay away from Ebside. We'll both be a lot safer that way. My family's still there. The disciples aren't above using people as tools to get what they want. Okay, you've made your point. Of course the Strikers had it wrong. My parents weren't doing anything like that. They opened the shop so people in Ebside would have an affordable place to buy food. I really thought I heard something.
Get back here!
I have. It must have been weighing on him a lot. I don't think I've ever seen him happier than he was when he heard the news. I'm not an Aurora user, but I won't judge you for trying it. All right, fine. You might have overdone it a little, but I respect a strong negotiator. I can see that.
They won't let us get away without a fight. We got the weapons working again!
I wish I could wake up in a place like this every day. Okay, time to get out there. I seem to attract the types with big talk and empty pockets.
That's one more out of the way!
I have a couple things to sort out here, then I'll head to my post. This is going to be fantastic! I've been waiting my entire life to get out of Neon. Yeah, I did. He always says that combat skills are a tool, not a weapon, and that I should never use them unless I have to. I'm really sorry to hear that. Neon security's a joke. You're too busy taking bribes to keep anyone safe. Good. Now maybe we can work this out like reasonable people.
I'm hit!
You need me to help you out with something? If they attack us, we might be in real trouble. They know their ship a lot better than we do. My pleasure. That's one more reason to get out as soon as I can. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I might be able to talk them into leaving someday. It'd be as good for them as it was for me.
This isn't the place for a fight.
All right. I'm willing to hear you out. I'm still listening. Let's go. I don't want to run into anything dangerous.
There's no reason for that.
You need a hand with more of your things? I checked your suit for you. Everything's looking good. There you are. Earth's moon is right at the top of my list. I've always been curious about it, but New Atlantis is a really close second. This isn't getting us anywhere. That's true.
I knew I heard something.
Something's not right here. You know what? I like you. Maybe we can work something out. Let's keep our fingers crossed for a safe flight.
Barely broke a sweat.
So, this is Luna. She's even prettier than I imagined.
I'll show you what I'm made of.
I bet we're headed somewhere amazing. Thanks for checking in, Captain. I'll admit to pickpocketing a few tourists in my time. Yeah, good idea. There are more Freestar Rangers here than in Neon, that's for sure. Hell yeah, I'm happy to help out. I think... No, stop it. You're trying to confuse me. The air tastes terrible. I think it's time for our suits.
That's not right, Captain.
I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. Don't think I'm desperate or anything, but you do have a point. Thanks for stopping to talk. So many! I think I've read every tourist guide at the Neon Spaceport. Traveling's always been a dream of mine. Great! I'm looking forward to it. That doesn't mean I'm a pushover. None of the stories I've read do New Atlantis justice. Maybe so. Hey there, Captain.
They repaired their weapon! Got 'em!
We're go for launch, Captain. Hey, good to see you. That isn't going to work on me.
Grenade!
There's nothing here but rocks, Captain. I never saw anything like this on Voli Alpha. What was that? I don't know what Talon saw on the battlefield, but it must have been really bad. He's even more opposed to violence than I am.
They're asking for it. Got one, Captain!
I understand.
Told you I was good in a fight.
Damn, I really thought that was my shot. There's something so mysterious about this kind of place.
I'm bleeding!
Okay, good. I don't like a pushover. Great plan. There's nothing out here. I know what you're trying to do. It isn't going to work.
Captain, what are you doing?
I hope you know a good spot to grab a meal. I'm starving. I can see that. Hold on. You're trying to confuse me, aren't you? Sorry, but I can't. The last guide I read also had some pictures of the Nat. It seems amazing. If we ever end up in New Atlantis, the first thing I want to do is write it. I've never seen anything quite like the New Atlantis skyline. I hope my parents are staying safe in Ebside.
The weapons aren't working!
You might be right. I can deal with that. Don't mistake being reasonable for being a pushover. I also picked up a brochure on Paradiso right before we met. Talk about luxury. I can't believe a place like that even exists. I really doubt it.
We lost power to the shields! There's no reason to pick a fight.
I'm not an unreasonable person, you know?